Hey everybody, Carl here. Welcome back to Trails of Cold Steel, where in the previous episode, we were exploring the Northern Highlands, getting into trouble, learning of ancient guardians and all of this old mythology. But it seems that there was an accident with the orbital truck and we can't fix it ourselves, even with the great Alisa Reinford on our team. So, we have been sent in the direction of a hermit to the north, near Lake Lacrima. So, I say, let's ride on to the northern region of the Highlands. Yeah! So, let's go meet this hermit, shall we? And we've gotten some weird vibes from Alisa. I mean, we usually do, or rather, how should I put this? Whoop! Sorry, almost ran everybody off a cliff there. Let's not do that. What I meant to say is, it seems like almost everybody in this class is keeping secrets, except for Gaius. Gaius is just a cool guy. That's just all he does. I love him. I love him so much. Feels like we figured out Eustace's deal, but Rean's keeping something to himself, like his near heart attacks whenever something mystical happens. Emma's clearly holding out on us. Alisa now thinks she knows something about this hermit, and just nobody's communicating. But still have plenty of chapters left to go, so there'll be plenty of time for that. Now then, let's check out this lake. Lake Lacrima. Wow, this lake is beautiful.
It really is. You can see the sunlight glimmering on the water. And the air feels so clean, too.
This is Lake Lacrima. The hermit lives in that cabin over there. Excellent. We should go see him at once. Alisa, you want to share with the class or no?
Yeah.
I guess not.
How beautiful. Yeah, breathtaking.
It is. And it just so happens that there's a fishing spot here. I mean, out of all the places to have a fishing spot, of course. Of course.
Man, I'd love to get in a little fishing here.
I bet I could fish here.
Well, no one's stopping you.
Let's see. Well, except for me, because I can't find the exact spot you wants to.
Ooh, this looks like a good spot.
Found it. And off we go. We are looking for the rainbow trout, everybody. Let's see if we're gonna get a big catch today. There it is. I've heard many a tale, earned many a mirror on the rainbow trout.
Now that's a catch.
Yes. Because they can drop one of every single sepith. Crazy good. Should just spend all my ground bait here and just fish freaking rainbow trout. Just enjoy life. Let the village do as they please. I have a different calling now.
Now that's a catch.
Now that's a catch. Yeah. At least in Trails from Zero and Trails to Ash, we could catch these rainbow trout, and the big ones gave us like 50 of every sepith. It was crazy. It was how I grinded some sepith towards the end for our Marinara achievement. Damn, 20 of every. That's crazy. How is our sepith situation looking right now, by the way? I mean, I think we just used some, actually. Yeah, but it's still pretty solid overall. We're just lacking some space sepith to really be getting more slots on people. Alright, we'll leave the horsey here. And we'll head up on foot. We have an orbital truck here. Well, let's go meet this man. And see what all the fuss is about. Seems like there's someone inside.
I suppose it must be the man we came to see then.
Yeah, I'll bet he just came back from fishing. For a hermit, he doesn't seem to want for much.
So, what are we going to do?
After entering the cabin, the time of day will advance to evening, and all of the day's field study activities will end. let's just take quick stock of everything we've done here, because that's the kind of person I am. So, it seems to me that we have gotten all the enemies that we could be getting around here. So we should be good in that regards. When it comes to quests, we've done every single quest, basically. So that also looks fairly good. Alright, due diligence done, let's go. Boop. Excuse me, is anyone home? It's open. Come on in. Alisa? Huh? Excuse us then. Hey, it's good to see you again, sir. Well, if it isn't Gaius, I haven't seen you around for, what, half a year now? And little Alisa's here too. Why, I don't think I've seen your face in, must be coming up on 5 years now. Wait, what? Could this be... Grandfather, what are you doing here? Well, I guess that's one way to be introduced. Let me give you a proper welcome. I'm Gwyn Reinford, Alisa's favorite granddad. Pleasure to meet you all, Class 7. Honored to meet you, sir. I'm Rean Schwartzer.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Emma Milstein.
Yusa Salbarea. It's an honor. A promising group of young folks, if ever there was. But you've sure done a lot of growing in the last 5 years, Alisa. You're taller and bigger. It does this old man's heart good to see how easy on the eyes you've become.
Grandfather, please. Forget about me. What have you been doing out here all this time? Back when you disappeared from Ruhr, I'd never have believed it if someone told me this is where I'd find you. Do you have any idea how worried I've been?
Oh, come now. I send you letters a couple times a year, don't I? And of course, I read all the ones you give to Sharon too.
Still? Have you been here the whole time these past 5 years?
Just about. I don't stay year-round, though. I spend about half the year traveling around the continent, seeing friends or visiting the Empire.
I see.
Mr. Reinford? Would you mind if I asked you how you know so much about our field study?
He does raise an excellent point.
It almost seems as though you were expecting us to pay you a visit. Well, it's just a coincidence the truck broke down when it did. But I admit, ever since Irina told me you were coming to the Highlands, I figured I'd see you at some point.
You still talk to Mother?
Yes, indeed. No, just a bare minimum. That girl's zeal for her work borders on unhealthy. What did I ever do to turn her into such a workaholic?
Alisa?
Anyway, we're all done with our coffee, so let's head on over to the settlement and have a look at that truck. Just wait outside a bit while I go grab my tools. Oh, actually, I caught a few good-sized trout. Can you take them over to the settlement when you go? Of course. So that's the former chairman of the Reinford Group. I knew of him by name, but he's a far more light-hearted man than I would have guessed.
Indeed. He seems very easygoing. You can say what you really think. You're not gonna hurt my feelings or anything. Everyone loves him because he's all laid back and approachable. Mostly he's just capricious and irresponsible. And then, 5 years ago, he just...
Alisa?
Grr. Never mind. Let's get going. As soon as he's ready, we're heading back to the settlement.
Alright.
Let's wait for him by the garage.
Not until I snoop around his house. Oh, you think he gets Aubin time out here? Maybe he does. Plays chess against themselves. Fishing rods, music. Dude, this guy's living the life. Oh, the setting sun on Lake Lacrima. It's a thing of beauty. Let's see. Let's see. Wait, Gaius is with it? Didn't Gaius go out with him? Well, what a strange land. Mysteries about... Wait, Gaius? Wait, what is the meaning of this? Gaius. Should we head back to the settlements?
Hey, Gaius. You're on pretty good terms with my grandfather, then?
Something like that. We've only known him for a couple years, and all of us in the settlement owe him a lot. Myself included.
Ah.
Okay, we're good to go. You mind if I ride with one of you?
Grandfather?
You aren't driving? Ah, the engine's been acting up a bit lately, so I'd rather not. Besides, how could I pass up a chance to get to know my granddaughter's classmates a little better? Rean, right? Got room for one more up there?
Suppose I do, old man.
I suppose I do.
Why did he have to pick Rean? He better not be giving him any funny ideas. I'm sure that isn't the case. I'd feel a bit more at ease if you focus more on the reins, though.
How's little Sharon doing these days? I heard she recently started working at her dormitory.
That's right. I haven't had too much time to get to know her. But she seems really skilled at what she does.
Oh, she is. Very much so. But more importantly, she's a real cutie. She always has that lovely, reserved air. But there's a playful side to her, too. I wish she'd sign on as my personal maid. That'd be the life.
Yeah.
That Emma girl is really nice, too. She's got those glasses, that hair you want to let down. And she's class pres material to boot. Now there's a smoldering homeroom hottie if I ever saw one. Come on, you know you agree with me.
Well, I can't really say that I disagree with you, but... if you don't mind my asking, why did you never tell Alisa that you were here?
Tell me, Rean. What kind of girl do you see her as?
Well, I'd say she's a really hard worker, in a great many respects.
Oh, I have no doubt of it. She's good-looking, polite, as well-mannered as any noble's daughter, intelligent. And that all comes naturally to her. It's not some persona she forces on herself.
Yeah, I'm amazed at how effortless she makes it all seem. And yet...
she has a habit of trying to resolve everything without relying on anyone else for support. I'm sure it hasn't escaped the notice of a canny young man like yourself.
It does feel like that sometime, yeah. She's kind, and her sense of duty compels her to always see things through. But she always keeps everything bottled up. She never wants to let on to anyone that she needs help with the problem. I'm Alisa R. from Ruhr. It's not like I'm trying to make a big deal out of it or anything. It's just, if everyone knew, it'd make things awkward between us. And I don't want that.
I have a feeling the relations between her mother and I caused her to end up that way. Or, to be more specific, the conflict between the two of us. That's why I didn't tell her where I was. but I'll leave it up to her to fill in the details about that. I'm sure that once the two of you are a bit closer, she'll tell you on her own.
A bit closer? I have a feeling there's a critical misunderstanding going on here.
Oh, is that so? I thought there was a little something going on between you two after seeing your name come up in one of her letters.
Well, we did have that unfortunate accident back at the start of the year. That's all it was. Eventually got it sorted out, and nothing's really happened since.
An accident, eh? Did you accidentally collide with her on your way to school, causing her to drop the toast she held between her sweet lips? And as the dust cleared, did the two of you find yourselves sprawled on the ground in an unlikely yet heart-racing position?
That's a really oddly specific question. But I don't know what kind of heart-racing position you're...
So, something really did happen, didn't it? Now, just tell old Gwyn here all about it. I want every last juicy detail.
Grandfather, please.
Hey, isn't that... Ooh, it's those military academy students. I wonder what they're doing all the way out here. Oh well. Looks like things are gonna start getting interesting. Okay, let's get this mission started! Sheesh. Gramps and the others can be so unreasonable sometimes.
Well, something tells me our last day here is gonna be an interesting one. That night, the people of the settlement held a banquet at the Elder's house for us, Gwyn, and Norton. I don't know what we'd do without you, Gwyn. Here's to you, my friends. And to you. Come on, Lacan. This booze isn't going to drink itself. Yes, yes. I can still hardly believe it. Finding the famous Gwyn Reinford out in the sticks like this.
You know him then?
Well, of course. He seized on the opportunities of the Orbital Revolution to make Reinford the industrial powerhouse it is today. And it's only gotten bigger since his daughter took over. The Reinford Company was originally an arms manufacturer, making their name on firearms and such. They underwent a massive expansion of their lineup and started working on orbital weapons and railway projects. I suppose that's what it must have looked like to the nobility. But the company does business all across the continent, not just domestically. Gwyn has a refreshingly international outlook for an Erebonian businessman.
I see.
I knew he was a keen man, but I didn't realize he was that famous. The real mystery is why someone would walk away from that in the first place. Some people say he got ill and had no choice but to stand down, but look at him now. He's a picture of health. So, maybe there's some truth to that old rumor after all.
Oh?
What do you mean? Just something I heard a long time ago. No real proof of it, and we at the Imperial Chronicle aren't in the business of printing baseless speculation.
Alisa? Oof. I think my eyes were bigger than my stomach. I'm gonna go out and get a little fresh air, okay? All right.
Alisa?
Rean, Alisa's going out to get some fresh air. Would you mind going and keeping her company?
Not at all. Why me? You're the class president and all. You'd make for better company.
No. Trust me. I think you're definitely the best man for the job.
Well, if you say so. Alright, I'll be back in a little while then.
I'm such an idiot. What am I even doing?
Wow, would you look at that view? Amazing, isn't it, Alisa?
It's so pretty.
Come on, you two.
We need to get going. We're running behind schedule.
Now, let them have their fun. It's not often you have a day off like this. Why not try and relax for once?
Alisa?
Oh, Rean. Well, what are you doing out here? Did you eat too much?
My mouth says no, but my stomach's thinking yes. You doing okay? You seem a bit unsteady there.
Nothing like that. I'm just feeling a little out of it. I'm just going to stay out here for a while and get some fresh air. Then I'll be Whoa! Sorry about that.
See? What did I tell you? We've been riding all day. I'm not surprised you're feeling tired. Riding a horse really takes it out of you.
I guess you're right. Why didn't that occur to me before?
Hey, Alisa, look up at the sky.
Huh? Oh, wow.
You know, I didn't even notice it last night because we turned in so early. But now that we know, if you're out here to get some air, better to take in the starlight than look at the ground, right?
You're right. My father was a technician. 8 years ago, he passed away. My family was never really the same after that. Mother was director of the company back then. She focused all of her energy on making the Rhineford group even bigger. She used to treasure our family, but after that, it's like she could barely spare a thought for us.
Oh. She did seem like a talented businesswoman when we met her. Well, more than talented to run the Rhineford group.
What you saw in Ruhr Station was just a watered-down version of her normal intensity. We'd be able to have dinner together maybe once every 3 months, and that's being generous. But at least I wasn't alone. Grandfather and Sharon were always there for me.
That's how it was, huh? I guess you've known Sharon for a long time then.
Yeah, my mother hired her about 7 years ago. Being a Rhineford and all, I never had many people I could really call friends when I was young. The nobles looked down on me, of course, but the common people treated me like I was different from them, too. At least with my grandfather and Sharon around, I never felt totally alone. Grandfather introduced me to all kinds of different hobbies, like horseback riding and playing the violin. Sharon taught me self-defense and archery, and all the high society etiquette expected of a lady. Meanwhile, my mother kept expanding the company completely against the wishes of my grandfather, the chairman.
I see. Though, hasn't Rhineford always been a big industrial company?
Kind of, yeah. Even back then, they took on projects in all fields, from steel mills to railway construction to guns and tanks. It's not surprising there are people out there who like to call the company a merchant of death. I can't say I completely agree with that side of the company, but I've never felt embarrassed or ashamed about it. But a few years ago, the Reinford group finally went too far.
What do you mean?
Those 2 railway guns set up in Gorelia Fortress on the eastern edge of the Empire? You know about those, right?
Yeah, I've heard of them. They're supposed to have the longest range of any orbital cannon in the world.
I've only seen their spec sheets, but the destruction they're capable of is terrifying. Erebonia's still fighting with Calvert over Crossbell, and those guns are capable of targeting any point in Crossbell State. In just a couple hours, they could wipe Crossbell City and its 500,000 citizens off the map.
No way. That's way beyond being a weapon of war, more like an instrument of massacre.
I couldn't agree more. And neither could my grandfather, who supervised their construction. Even though my mother was the one who signed off on the project, my grandfather regretted it like the decision was his. As he was hesitating over whether to hand them over to the Imperial Army, my mother betrayed him.
What?
She went behind his back and secured the support of all of Reinford's major shareholders. Everyone from Ruhr's ruling lord Marquis Ragnar to the top brass of the Imperial Army was on her side. In the face of such overwhelming pressure from all sides, my grandfather was forced to capitulate. He stepped down as chairman, and my mother wasted no time taking his place. That's when my grandfather decided to leave the company entirely, and me. I thought I'd at least have Sharon on my side, but she just did whatever my mother told her to do. It's been 5 years since then already.
Oh. I think I get it now. Why she gets under your skin, I mean. It's not so much what your mother did, but how it ended up tearing your family apart.
Yeah. I couldn't believe my mother would betray her own father. I couldn't believe grandfather would take it without fighting back. I couldn't believe Sharon, who'd always supported me, watched it all happen without a word of protest. It really drove it home to me, how big the Reinford group was now, and how small I was. I hated realizing it had become so large that corporate interests were stronger than family ties. Looking back, I guess that's when I decided I'd leave home and enroll in the academy. Even when I ran, I couldn't go far enough to escape my mother's shadow, or the Reinford name. Then I come here and find my grandfather happily enjoying a whole new life without a care in the world. When I stepped outside, I was feeling so lost, so frustrated, wondering what I'd been doing all this time. But it's kind of strange, you know? I look up at the stars and it feels like I can escape the gravity of everything. I think I'm finally starting to understand why my grandfather chose to leave it all behind and move out here in the first place.
You really are strong, Alisa. Stronger than you realize. You were finally ready to talk about it, about your family and the company and everything. So, maybe you found what you were looking for to move past that, right?
Maybe you're right. But I don't think I would have been able to if I hadn't enrolled at the academy. Meeting everyone in Class 7, the lacrosse club, you... I'm a better person for it. Your support has already made a difference. So, thanks. Thanks for worrying about me. And thanks for reminding me to look up, not down.
Anytime. Though, truth be told, I came to check on you because Emma asked me to. Sorry to ruin the moment.
I thought that might be the case. Oh well, there's always next time. It's kind of strange to hear you tell me I'm strong, because I could say the same thing about you. You always seem to get thrust into the role of leader, someone we can count on to keep us on track.
I guess running errands on all my free days is really helping me buckle down. Still, I feel like I've got a long way to go, especially when I keep running from myself.
Huh?
Remember back in Celtic? I said that I came to the academy to find myself. But sometimes, I wonder if maybe I just wanted to get away. From my family, from myself.
Oh. Do you not get along well with your family?
Oh, I do. I'm not their real son, but my parents always loved me like I was. My sister and I, we've had our differences, especially lately, but we still get along pretty well. No, the problem's just with me.
Rean. Still, I suppose the fact you were finally ready to talk about it means that maybe you found what you were looking for to move past that, right? Who'd have thought I'd have the chance to feed you your own good advice so soon? I can't believe you can just say things like that with a straight face. Maybe being on the receiving end every now and then will do you some good.
All right, you got me. I admit defeat. But yeah, I guess I'm starting to figure things out in my own way. Maybe enrolling at Thor's was the first thing I'd done right in a long time. I ended up in Class 7. And now, all of us are out here like this, spending time together.
Yeah, I like that. I hope the things we learned during our field studies can help us all make a difference in the world. So... Wait, all of us?
You two were gone so long that we started to get a little worried.
No way! How long have you been listening?
Still, I suppose the fact that you were finally ready to talk about it means that maybe you found what you were looking for to move past that, right?
Stop! Rean, he was the one who said it first. I was just repeating it back to him.
Oh, Alisa, there's nothing to be embarrassed about. Honestly, you touched my heart.
I apologize for eavesdropping on you, but at the same time, I'm kind of glad I did.
How did I end up in the middle of this anyway? Fine, if that's how you want to play it. None of you are getting any sleep until you've shared all your most embarrassing secrets.
What? I don't...
You wish.
Seems like you did well.
Honestly, I feel like she helped me more than I helped her. Hey, guys?
Hmm?
This is a really beautiful place.
Yeah, ain't it?
Alisa can now use the S-Craft Rosetta Arrow.
Ooh, you're moving up in the world.
And we get the end report, which has
I've
us
got a little reward here for you.
with the Medal of Vigor and 169 AP, which is the maximum we can get at this point in the story.
Keep up the good work.
A calm night is setting in. Okay. Wait, How do you say time like this? It's 02:55. It's 2:55 a.m., okay? Shift's almost over. No sign of anything suspicious. Or anything at all, really. Why do we even do this every day? You do know what the point of having a sentry is, right? Oh, hey. You're early. But come on now. You gotta get where I'm coming from, at least a little. I could understand if we were posted near Crossbell. Who's gonna start a war out here in the boondocks? You never know, right? Perhaps the fact that you never expected would make it the perfect place to start a war. Besides, Lieutenant General Vander says we need to stay on alert, and he knows the situation better than we do. Lieutenant General's a great man, yeah. What are those big shots from the 3rd Armored Division doing, stationed in some backwater place like this anyway? You think that rumor's true? Did he get posted here because he wouldn't help the Blood and Iron Chancellor? Watch what you say. That kind of idle gossiping is how rumors get wings. Fine. Such a killjoy. Anyway, you got things covered here? I want to go get some sleep. Got a few minutes left on my shift, but you're here and... Hey, who's counting? Honestly. Wait, what was that? What the... What happened? Did they just get shelled? Who had the order to attack? No one. I've heard nothing of the sort. Ugh. Zender gates need to know about the... What the... No way. Ah! An enemy attack? Where's it coming from? No. Oh, Adios. Well, on that note, let's continue. So we go to our final field study day where things are heating up. Same day, 6:30 a.m. Well, it's calm over here at least, that's something. That's big trouble though. That was a great meal.
I don't think I could eat another bite. After how much we ate yesterday, I'm surprised we were still able to pack away this much food. Well, you're all growing boys and girls, so eat up.
Riding takes a lot of energy, so I'd say eating like this is normal after a day out on the plains.
Would anyone like more?
I should probably refrain. If there's any chicken left, we can wrap it in bamboo and take it with us. Who knows? We might need something to gnaw on while we're out there today.
Okay. Let me help too. I'll pour the leftover tea into some containers for you.
Ah, thanks.
You really are too kind.
You're our guests. What kind of hosts would we be if we didn't treat you as such? Anyway, here's a grand list of the tasks you'll be tending to today. Field Study Envelope, June. Field Study Day 2, assigned tasks. Nord Highlands, North Monster. From Lacan, a large unknown monster has been seen around the northern part of the Highlands. It must be exterminated at all costs. Monster, details unknown. Location, southwest area of the Northern Highlands, near a cliff edge. I figured it couldn't hurt to give you fewer than yesterday. Feel free to take advantage of that extra time to do whatever strikes your fancy. Maybe go off the beaten path a bit.
Understood. Thank you again for everything. Do you want to spend some more time with your grandfather today, Alisa? It sounds like you weren't able to spend much time with him yesterday.
Gwen stayed in the Elder's home yesterday, right?
I imagine he ought to be up and about soon.
We'd have no objections to completing this morning's task without you if you wish to spend more time with him.
But...
Lacan, are you there? Elder? Yes, I'm here.
Oh, good morning. Grandfather?
Norton? Morning, everyone. Sorry to intrude. Judging by the looks on your faces, it seems not all is well. I'm afraid you're right. We received word from Zender Gate just a short while ago. They say the Imperial Army's Watchtower has been attacked. What? It sounds like it all happened in the middle of the night. And that's not the last of it either. The Republican Army's base has been attacked too. This isn't going to be pretty. Same day, 8 a.m. Oh boy, I am hanging on their every word. 3rd Armored Division military airships. Cavalier, Gliere. Republican Army 8th Area Division, Aviation Regiments, Aldebaran. Airborne Armor Division being sent out first as always, I see. I suppose it's only a matter of time before they give the order to the armored regiments too. Lieutenant General! We've confirmed the deaths of 2 of the guards. A further 3 have sustained serious injuries. We've been able to stabilize their condition. I see. Have the medics see to them the second they arrive. Yes, sir. Contact Zender Gate. Prepare the 3rd Armored Division for deployment. I want all armored vehicles ready to move before I return. Same day, 9:30 a.m.
Hey, you sure you don't need us to help?
I appreciate your willingness, but we'll be fine. We're used to the procedures for moving the settlement in case of an emergency. The same goes for you, Gaius. I assume you'll be heading to Zender Gate to learn more about the current situation from Lieutenant General Vander. Not as a citizen of Nord, but as a student of Thor's military academy. I will.
Will you be staying here, Grandfather?
I will. I can use the truck, after all. And since I was here anyway, I might as well do what I can to get the settlement ready to move.
All right. Please, take care of yourself.
I'm sorry, Elder. Lacan. I feel terrible that I can't help you when you need it most. You have your own job to do. There's no need to worry about us. May the blessings of the winds and the goddess be with you all. Take care.
We will.
We must make for Zender Gate at once.
Indeed. We need to find out as much as we can about what happened.
The photographer Norton accompanied the party. The northern reaches of the Nord Highlands are temporarily inaccessible. All right. What grim news to wake up to. I'll be sticking with the people here for now. They left me in charge of driving the truck. That works for me too, I guess. Walking back to the cabin on my own would be a bit rough on me.
This isn't the time for jokes, Grandfather. You know things are about to get really dangerous here.
I know. Leave things here to us and hurry over to Zender Gate. Gaius, all I will say to you is that you should follow your heart. Whatever you do, be sure to have no regrets. Thanks, Dad. I'll do what I can.
Excuse me, Lacan. We'd like to ask some questions about the monster you want us to exterminate.
Sure. Ask away. While it's not a required task, it can't hurt to know more about it just in case. In that case, we would like to know about the monster itself.
Based on the request, it's a type of monster no one's ever seen before.
Yes, I can confirm that as of this morning, in fact. Just its figure alone is a mystery. What I saw there was no ordinary monster, but a giant made of stone.
A giant made of stone? That sounds remarkably similar to the golems from old fairy tales.
We have legends of such a creature as well. And now that you mention it, that monster was strikingly similar to what's described in those stories.
That's just bizarre.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Me too. You should probably get rid of it quickly before anything happens.
That's exactly why I decided to assign you this task. If you're going after it, head over to the southwestern area of the Highlands northern region. However, keep in mind that there's no need to force yourself should it prove to be more dangerous than anticipated. Got it. Thanks for the information, Dad.
Either way, we should go and get a look at it ourselves at least. We can decide what to do after that.
Be careful out there. May the blessings of the winds and the goddess be with you.
Will do, Dad.
We're used to switching locations should any trouble arise, so don't worry about us. It's not entirely unheard of for things to become tense between Erebonia and Calvert. It happens once every few years, in fact.
It strikes me as a bit more dire, though.
Moving north does seem like the safest bet. Don't get too worked up about all this, Gaius. You know that we're used to doing this. Yeah.
Gaius?
Leave it to me.
Leave it to me. I wasn't expecting us to have to relocate so soon. I guess we don't have much of a choice. Seems like there were some fatalities over at the Watchtower. I'm sure it'll only get worse if war actually breaks out, too. We have a duty to keep our families safe from that.
Ilfa will take Amar's hut. Yeah, freaking, okay. Ilfa will take Amar's yurt, and Ranga will take Elder Ivan's. Be careful, you guys. Make sure you go back before it gets too dangerous.
Yes. Sorry I butchered that, Toma. You deserve better.
The wind is telling me of all the negative emotions currently spiraling around this land. Anger, sadness, distrust. Oh wind, please grant peace to their agonized souls.
Oh boy. We'll need a real wind of blessing if we are to get through this. Training post.
I've met some Erebonians before, and I want to believe that they're not the kind of people to needlessly start a war. But, well, there's no sense in getting caught up in that line of thought. Right now, we need to focus on leaving before things reach the point of no return.
Both bases being attacked is pretty bad. Pretty bad. Where does that girl come into it all? Yo.
Heave ho! Heave ho! I'm helping Mommy and Daddy out.
That's great. You're doing a good job.
I'm packing everything away while the men discuss our next move. Don't worry, we're used to this, considering we do it several times a year.
Yeah. If anybody had to move, the nomadic people is a fine choice. Yeah, there we go. Got there at least. At last. Okay. So the sheep are not an issue anymore. Look at this new gate. Watari knows his stuff. Watari knows his stuff. Alright. Let's just stop on. I haven't seen Mom. Let's see. So that's the settlement's food supply. I haven't actually seen Mom, so we should talk to Mom. There she is.
They said we're moving because some scary people are coming. I don't want to move though. There's still lots of places here I haven't been to yet.
You want to check on things for yourself, don't you? There's no need to worry about us then.
Just checking inside. Have we seen our not youngest sister? I feel like we haven't seen Shida at all. She's not here. Junior Post Doctor's home. She's just been fading me. She's not among the boys, the men. There's the elder's wife in there. Well. A little mystery for now. We can't go north, so we can't actually complete that task just yet. So, we are heading out. Yeah. Right out onto the southern region of the Highlands. I'm really sorry to put you guys up to this. You already helped me out more than enough yesterday.
No problem. Don't sweat it.
This must be the kind of breaking news every press photographer dreams of being on the scene for.
Still, it bothers me. How is it possible that both the Imperial and Republican bases were attacked at the same time? Do you think one attacked first and the other swiftly retaliated?
No time to think about that right now. We need to hurry. We need to get to Zender Gate as fast as we can. Right! Whoa! Don't ride too roughly. It's a matter of life and death, Norton. We must be swift, like the winds! Alright, we are heading to Zender. So, we can't go directly to the Watchtower as far as I'm aware. Gotta go to Zender first, and then we're gonna start our investigation of this whole matter. See if we can solve it all. Figure out where that girl plays into it. Oh boy. Oh!
That's one of the Imperial Army's airships.
This situation is looking worse by the minute.
Yeah.
We need to hurry.
Dude, Vander was like, he's mobilizing. This is about to get really bad. Yeah. Onwards. Oh.
Those are armored cars from the Imperial Army.
Oh no.
Damn, this isn't looking good.
Sure ain't. Vander. Same day, 10 a.m. Looks like the Imperial Army's 3rd Armored Division. And it appears they're preparing for deployment. Thanks, everyone. Let me go see if I can get permission to start taking photographs.
I wonder where Lieutenant General Vander could be. We need to find him so he can tell us what's going on here.
I suspected you might show up. Lieutenant General. Did you have some business to attend to elsewhere, sir? I thought I'd conduct another sweep of the area as a precaution. But never mind that now. You came at the perfect time. A freight train bound for Ruhr departs 30 minutes from now. I want you all on board that train. Finish up your field study as quickly as you can and return to the academy.
What? But sir...
Well, things ultimately depend on the actions of the Republican Army. The bottom line is that we may be mere hours away from armed conflict with the Calvard Republic. I've already informed everyone in the settlement. Did they not relay the message to you? Be that as it may.
We can't just turn tail and pretend none of this is happening.
Lieutenant General, have you established which side attacked first?
Gaius. That's the central question here.
It's still under investigation. You have my assurance that the Imperial Army did not attack. We did not make the first move, nor have we retaliated. However, our army's watchtower was destroyed, and several guards lost their lives. As the officer in charge of Zender Gate, I have a duty to act.
So there really were fatalities.
Let's presume, for the sake of argument, that the damage sustained by the Republican Army's base was in fact deliberate sabotage by their own forces. How bad was the damage? Several of their facilities suffered major structural damage. Their losses appear to be, at minimum, equal to ours. Honestly, I'd estimate them to be far greater.
But if they suffered even more damage than we did, that doesn't make any sense.
I'm afraid we've long since passed the point where leisurely discussing our possibilities was an option. I will do all I can to avoid full-scale war. We're prepared for the possibility of armed conflicts. And I suspect they are as well.
But that just seems so wrong.
If that's your opinion, Lieutenant General, will you at least allow me the chance to investigate what happened on my own?
Gaius? Investigate? On your own?
As I'm sure you're aware, I know the Highlands like the back of my hands. And when someone attempts to threaten a piece of my homeland, I won't rest until I've unearthed the truth behind what's happening. You're serious.
We'll do everything we can to help you. I think this falls within the scope of our field study, too.
No. Wait. This is the people of Nord's problem. There's no reason for all of you to stay here and risk getting caught in the crossfire.
A classmate and friend is staying behind. Isn't that reason enough?
I am a son of the House of Alberea. I would never disgrace the honor of my family name by fleeing in the face of danger.
Besides, seems like your people have done a lot for my grandfather.
Gaius, do you remember what you said to us back at Heimdall Station? The most important thing is that we all come back safe and sound. Everything else is secondary. It appears you've lost this one, Gaius. Lieutenant General, It's currently 10:05. I will permit you until 12:30 to conduct your investigation. I will do everything in my power to postpone any potential conflict until at least then.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. And we haven't a moment to waste.
We should begin by visiting the Watchtower that was attacked.
That sounds like a good place to start.
Well, no pressure. Just full-scale war with Calvert.
Thank you. Really, I appreciate it more than you know.
It's no big deal, honestly.
I agree with Alisa. We're classmates after all, and more than that, we're friends.
Well, this is clearly of great importance to you.
I know you want to protect your people, but that's not the only reason you're doing this, is it?
You got me. It ties back into why I accepted the Lieutenant General's recommendation and entered the Academy too. I'm sure each of you feels the same about your own homes, but I love this land with all my heart. The wind racing across the highlands, vast mountain peaks, the clear blue of the sky, the breathtaking beauty of the rising sun, the melancholy of the sunset, the twinkling of the stars in the twilight. I love everything about this land of Nord. It's part of who I am.
Wow. I guess it hadn't sunk in how much Nord means to you.
I'm certainly attached to Ruhr, but
I can't think of anyone else who would state their love for their homeland so poetically.
If you love it so much, why did you leave it behind? If you truly love Nord, if Nord is such a part of you, what is it that drove you to enroll in a military academy in a foreign land so far away?
I'm not surprised you'd find it strange. To be honest, I'm still not totally sure what compelled me to do it. Back when I was a kid, the Republican Army built a base in the Eastern Plains, and the Imperial Army responded in kind with their Watchtower. It's made me more uneasy with every passing year. Years ago, a traveling priest from the Septian Church taught me all about the history of the continent. One thing that stood out to me was just how many lives had been lost during the conflicts between the major powers. Another major theme was just how profound of an impact the Orbital Revolution had on people's lives. Even the concepts of time and distance have changed so much. In effect, the Orbital Revolution shrunk the world. It made me realize a sad truth, one that kind of scares me even now. That there was no guarantee my homeland could stay at peace forever. That one day, it might be drawn into outsiders' conflicts, and be occupied and redistricted into oblivion.
I can't believe you were thinking about such weighty things even as a kid.
So then, you joined the Academy in order to learn more about the outside world that posed a threat to your homeland?
Yeah, something along those lines. When I realized how afraid I was, I knew I couldn't close my eyes. I wanted to do something, anything, to protect this land. As luck would have it, I met the Lieutenant General. He's the one who told me about Thor's military academy. One thing led to another, he offered me a recommendation, and before I knew it, I took him up on his offer. So there I was, green as grass, heading off to study abroad despite having no clue what life in the Empire was like. Thinking back on how it all came together, what you said is probably what I was thinking back then.
Honestly, I've yet to hear a student offer a more galvanizing reason than yours for enrolling at the Academy.
I have to agree. I don't know too many people who love their home so much that they leave it behind to find a way to protect it.
It's not a sentiment I can imagine many Erebonians feeling, that's for sure. But I think I finally understand.
Alisa?
Just an idle thought. But having heard Gaius pour his heart out to us, there's no way we can just walk away from this. Not after the people of Nord gave us such a warm welcome and treated us like family.
Indeed, I couldn't have asked for more.
Agreed. We'll get to the bottom of what's going on here and stop war from breaking out.
Nord may not be our home, but it's still an important neighbor. I'll do what I can to aid you.
Thanks, all of you. Really, thank you.
Oh boy. People actually died here. I feel like so many incidents and events in these games, like, oh, just a few scratches, but everybody's okay. But like, no, people died. You can see shell damage everywhere. It's even worse than I'd feared.
They've confirmed casualties too. I didn't think I'd ever have to see anything like this.
As students at a military academy, things like this are always within the realm of possibility. Although I hardly expected my first sight of such devastation to be the spark that ignites war with Calvert.
This may be too much for students like us to handle.
No, we've all been in situations that looked impossible before, haven't we? And every time, we've come through. Just have to stay calm and think. I'm sure we can do something here too.
You're right. True. We should focus on doing what we can.
Whatever we decide to do, we need to get a better grasp of the situation. Yeah, let's find out who's in charge and get their permission to start an investigation. I see. If Lieutenant General Vander has given you his permission, I see no reason to refuse.
Thank you.
However, I want to make it clear that armed conflict with Calvert could begin at any moment. We've got our hands full staying on guard for any potential threat from the east. I'll permit you to speak with the soldiers here. Don't get in the way of them doing their duties. Understood.
Okay, let's get started.
We should start by speaking with the soldiers and assessing the damage.
That seems wise. When we've gathered all the information we need, we can start piecing it together. Right. Let's go.
Holy smokes! It's happening, folks! Things are hitting the fan, and we're nearing that chapter finale. So, when we get on with our investigation next time around, make sure you're there for that. Let's see. I'm not feeling the angle. I'm just not feeling the angle. Maybe something more like, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. We don't have time for this. War, Calvert, all of that. all right. Thank you so much for watching. I've been your host, Carl, and this has been Trails to Completion.